be crowning a 2018 Little League World Series champion. It'll be a game between South Korea and Hawaii. Both teams unbeaten, both teams dominant. We'll look ahead and look back at some of the great red gems of this World Series.
There's a place where a fantasy is relived once every turn around the sun.
My name is Jim Hick. My name is Anthony Cook.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Renewing hopes, dreams, and memories.
That's it, it's all over. The biggest upset in the history of Little League.
Georgia wins it with a walk-off home run.
Of proud moments and history made.
It's been an incredible journey. We're one of the best teams in the world.
It's over. Complete game for Monet Davis. Japan and Kitasuda have won an unprecedented fourth championship.
It's always a year in the making and always worth the wait. The Little League World Series.
Never gets old, man. Lombardi Stadium, and these kids continue to impress. And the unpredictability of having 11, 12, and 13-year-olds, you just never know what they're going to do, but they always surprise you, and generally it is a pleasant surprise. David Ross, Kyle Peterson, I'm Carl Ravitch. Welcome, everyone. Our World Series preview and Web Gem show. And when you think about 18 and all the things that you come here to expect, like the defense and the pitching, I feel like it's exceeded what I've seen in years past.
Yeah, I mean, you would know better than I. In my second year here, and I've just been floored by the defense and how clean these games have been played. A lot of the outcomes have come from one small mistake that one team has made because it's been such a well-played game. The ball's been hit all over the infield, the outfield. We've seen diving catches, diving plays, double plays. I mean, I've just been floored by the defensive plays in the wet gyms we've seen here.
And I think we're left now with the two best pitching staffs that we've seen all the way through this entire tournament. Both of them have ERAs below a half.
Right.
That's who we're going to see to finish this thing off, and we've got really good arms to go tonight.
Right. All right, so 16 teams start the whole thing. In fact, thousands of teams started, end up with 16 here. And now we are down to our final two. Let's look back to yesterday and how we got here. The world is focused on Japan. They have been the dominant international team. South Korea have had their number. They get a rematch. Ji-Hyung Choi, and this is where they do damage. 3-4-5. And that ball is hammered to left. And there's damage. 1-0 South Korea. Now Gi-Jong, nice play over there by Furusawa. No. And there's a rare error for Japan. Center field, that's where Ito is. It's over his head. And around and scoring is Kim. Choi into second with a double. And the 3-4-5 hitters continue to wreak havoc for South Korea. Lost a hard hit on the ground is short. Oh, what a play. That looked big league. Back up the middle. He caught it to first. Oh, he got a double play. Look at the celebration. Double play to end it. And they are the international champions again. So wait, the line shot up the middle for a pitcher who was throwing his 20th pitch, who was going to start the game today, catches it like here and makes a double play.
No glove.
No glove.
None glove.
It couldn't have ended any better for South Korea.
No.
I mean, the 20th pitch, as you said, he can come back today and pitch. Everything lined up for them. They played great defense, and I just love the way they're aggressive on the bases. I've noticed that from the game one that I saw them play.
Yeah.
That South Korea team's going to push the envelope on the bases, which has been a factor in this tournament.
Ji-Hyung Choi, with that home run that we showed just a minute ago, has 3. That's what South Korea has for the entire tournament, 3 home runs. He has all 3. That is as powerful a swing as I think we've seen this year, and we'll get a chance to see him again here in a few hours.
Right. There's going to be power on the other side, too, when you think about the United States. Sean Yamaguchi, grand slam in this tournament. And Akai Kea, who pitched yesterday, also has home run power. Let's go back to see how the United States team got here. The United States Championship on the line. Georgia and Hawaii get set to square off. And they have their best pitcher on the mound in Akai Kea.
Just blowing fastballs right by everybody. It's another level.
Big-time strikeout numbers for Akai Kea.
Sometimes we want it so bad, you're trying to make something happen.
Kai Kea has been outstanding, but we're still scoreless.
Second base, it's off the glove of the second baseman. He's in 1-0 Hawaii, and now going to second is De La Cruz. That one is hammered to left. It's off the glove of Clem.
And look at Yamaguchi. He's fired up.
It's going up the middle, and it's through. 3-0 Hawaii. 3 outs away from being champions. There it is. And Hawaii is your United States Little League champion. Part of our job to always look for things beyond the obvious, but you couldn't help but ignore the obvious, which was Kai Kea struck out 15 guys yesterday. So they both bring 4-0 records into this thing. They have clearly outscored their opponents. 3 walk batters total, and Hawaii 3 shutouts. And yet, in spite of all those great pitching numbers, they still have really good pitchers available. I mean, I got to believe we're in for a low-scoring game today, given how good they are. You got Young Kim is going to start for South Korea, and Ko'olu Holt. And Yamaguchi's still available if they need him. But Holt is the dude that's kind of quiet, and he started game 1 of the regional tournament, game 1 of the state tournament on a team that has Yamaguchi and has Kea. He's the guy that got the ball in game 1.
Yeah, I think there's a few guys that it seems like they really trust in this spot. So you go to Holt if you got to go to Sean Yamaguchi a little bit earlier, because either one of them can go 85 pitches if you need him to. Young Kim is the one that has looked a little bit different than everybody else at this one when it's right. I mean, you don't see 73 sidearm from 46 feet very often. I'd say you strike out 25 guys in 10 innings. These staffs combined, each have played 4 games. Each have struck out 45 guys. It's been pretty good.
I just love it. I love the fact that we've got everybody in the game the other day. The bench contributed in that win, right? Yep. And then they were hustle plays. The balls that came in are taking the extra base. Ball didn't get out of the infield. He got a double, ended up scoring that leading run, and ended up putting them up. And that's all that a Kai Kea is going to need.
No doubt. Little things make a big difference. Winning it all, not an easy thing to do. We'll take a trip back in time, 20 years back in time, and relive that Toms River, New Jersey team with Todd Frazier.
The Little League World Series Web Gems and World Series Preview is brought to you by the Honda Odyssey, official vehicle of Little League since 1996.
With available smart features like Magic Slide Seats and Cabin Watch, the Honda Odyssey gives parents a lot of ways to keep the peace. Honda, official vehicle of Little League.
Get ready. The next Little League season is starting soon, but you can't play unless you're on the team. Now, finding your town's league is just a click away. To register or start a league, go to playlittleleague.org.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
I relate to the berries in these real fruit berry shakes because they're small but powerful. I relate to the ice cream because it's rich and has an amazing singing voice. Got it. Oh.
Get real fruit berry shakes half price after 8 p.m. But hurry, real fruit berry season ends after Labor Day.
Celebrating 50 years of artistry at the U.S. Open begins tomorrow at noon on ESPN.
It's an art to make a statement about who we are and how we compete. There are levels to this. Can you feel it? Players Weekend. Yankees-Orioles tonight at 8 on ESPN.
What a day it was Sunday. Feels like a long time ago, but it was just last week. Scott Kingery, one of the 3 members of both the Mets and Phillies who played in this Little League World Series 2004, produced so many Major League players. Michael Conforto was one of them. They were greeted at the airport, then they were greeted here at the complex. Todd Frazier, of course, won it all back in 1998. And hats off to the players, the association, Major League Baseball, for creating such an environment where the kids got to be adults and the adults got to be kids. You don't get the chance to do that very often, but when you're talking with Jake Arrieta and Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard, Like, does it get any better? It can't get any better for a 12-year-old little leaguer.
Well, especially showing them how to finish your pitches, right? We get so caught up in spinning the baseball. They're talking about getting out there in front. You saw both Noah and Arrieta getting out front on those pitches and really finishing them off your fingertips. Just invaluable lessons. And right here, how cool is this? Relaying it, every team represented there all the way to home plate to Scott Kingery, who has been here before. Jose Bautista got to meet with the kids from Spain at the New York game. I mean, this is just an amazing, amazing setup.
Now, Todd Frazier, of course, was involved with everything 20 years ago, and it was like he was the de facto host for both the Mets and Phillies. Let's look back to 1998.
What's up, boy?
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's up, Ty?
Got my pen book with me. You all right?
What's going on? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man.
You feeling okay? Yeah, I'm getting better. What's up, man? How you been, all right? No, we're good. How's everything going?
Good, man.
Good.
Whoever wins this one is going on to meet a Japan team which is flying high going into Saturday's championship game.
Greenville, North Carolina. That was the longest game, right?
No, that was the first one.
No, it was Michigan. They were the team that had all the chatter.
Yeah, the whole time.
I mean, they were cocky. The good thing about Greenville is they had that kid Hodges.
Yes.
Kevin Hodges was the stud.
As a starting pitcher, he's been sensational.
He was lined up to face us in the USA Championship, and they're like, no, we're going to save him for the World Series.
Really?
And they gave us their second arm.
Big mistake.
Ripped to center field, and goodbye! Downtown goes Frazier!
Scotty just mowed him up.
Oh, man. Scott Fisher, he was nasty.
Scott, lights out.
I think that was nasty.